Good morning, how are you? How to Eat Fried Worms, Chapter 20. This is about Billy's mother. Billy slumped at the kitchen table on one elbow, pawing in his bowl of Wheaties with his spoon. His mother was washing the breakfast dishes at the sink. But why isn't it good to eat hot dogs for breakfast? I know nobody does, but why don't they? Oh, Billy, said his mother, stop it. Finish your cereal. Well, but a knock on the door. Billy's mother glanced around. Oh, hello, Alan and Joe. Is your sister better, Joe? Yes, thank you. Billy can't come out until he's finished his breakfast. Would you like to wait for him on the front porch? We came to see you, Miss Foster. Oh, come in. Miss Foster said Joe as Alan shut the door carefully behind them. I don't know if you know about it already, but see, a week ago, Alan made this bet with Billy about eating worms. If Billy could eat 15 worms one day for 15 days, then Billy, you're not still eating them. Billy stuffed a spoonful of Wheaties into his mouth. Not just worms, Mom. I've been eating lots of other stuff too. Look at me. I'm healthy. Dr. McGrath told you the worms wouldn't hurt me. But Billy, Dr. McGrath didn't think you were going to keep on eating worms. Joe nudged Alan and grinned. Mom, if 5 worms wouldn't hurt me, a few more wouldn't either. They're little worms. Besides, it's a bet. They're big worms, Miss Foster, said Joe, looking virtuous. We won't lie to you. My mother told me never to lie. Manure, said Billy. Mom, it's a bet. I told you if I win, Alan's got to pay me $50. $50! Young man, don't you move from that chair. She went off into the front hall. Thanks, whispered Billy, but you'll see. It won't work. Alan and Joe gazed nonchalantly at the ceiling. Yeah, they looked up, you know. Billy's mother's voice came from around the front hall. Dr. McGrath, I'm awfully sorry to bother you again. It's such a ridiculous matter. But since I spoke to you, Billy has continued to eat worms. No. It's nothing like that. He's acting perfectly normal otherwise. It seems he's made a bet with some other boys. One every day. He has to eat 15 to win his bet. Oh, thank you, Dr. McGrath. I'm so sorry to bother. Billy's mother returned to the kitchen. No more bets after this one, Billy. Alan and Joe, don't you egg him on anymore. He's far too eager to do wild things. Billy yucked silently, and Joe and Alan made a rude gesture at him. Miss Foster, said Joe, what we really came about this, that Alan and me are going up to the lake, Lauderdale today, with my father to fish. And we won't be back till tomorrow night. So we wondered if you'd make sure Billy eats the worms today and tomorrow. It's not that we don't trust Billy, Miss Foster. No, it's Billy's mother smiling. But it's always better if there's a referee, you know, like Mr. Simons says at school. To save arguments and hard feelings, we brought the 2 worms. He held up a paper bag. We boiled them already, so you can just keep them in the refrigerator. Well, said Billy's mother, this is quite a responsibility. Are you sure I'll be the neutral enough? I am his mother. Yeah, we thought of that, said Joe. But we figured, well, you're usually pretty fair. And besides, parents almost never cheat kids if it's just something between the kids. They're usually pretty fair until they get into it. Billy's mother laughed. Yeah, and how does he eat them? Just cold, boiled. Well, we've been frying them, Miss Foster. We roll them in cornmeal and then fry them like a fish. But he can't do whatever he wants, except Alan and me have decided it's not too fair to make soup out of them or chop them all up like hash or chicken salad and sandwich. He's got to eat them piece by piece. Who said, yelled Billy. When was that ever in the rules? We said, shouted Alan. Billy jumped up, kicked his chair over. Well then, I win. Because it's cheating to make up new rules in the middle. Oh yeah, shouted Alan. Then you lose, because anybody knows it'd be cheating to hash it up. You think you're going to weasel out of it after I've already eaten mine? Who's weaseling? You're cheating. Yeah. Boys, Billy, Alan. Silence. Please. Now, Billy, I think, no, let me speak first. I do think Alan and Joe are right. It wouldn't be fair to cut the worm all up. You can just think of some other way of fixing it. Thank you, Joe. She took the paper bag and looked inside. Whew, Billy. Are you sure? Mom, you've eaten eels. You ate eels last summer in the Long Island? They're just smaller. They're the same thing. Well, she put the paper bag in the refrigerator. I guess if Dr. McGrath says it's all right. Now, why don't you all go outside? I wouldn't go across the street with those finks, said Billy. They can. Yeah, shouted Alan. Well, who'd want to go anywhere with you either? Yeah, shouted Billy. Boys, cried Miss Foster. Stop it. All right, Alan and Joe, you had better go. The screen door banged behind them. Pfft, said Billy scornfully. Joe's face appeared at the screen. Thanks for saying you'd help out, Miss Foster. And maybe we'll see you next time.